Hi, I'm Stephanie.
And I'm Brooke.
And you're on the Hollywood Thread. And today we're interviewing Alessio Avellan about his new app, tellM. Let's go check it out.
So how about you tell us about this new app called tellM?
So tellM is basically an application where you have a news feed. You connect it with everyone from your contacts and your phone. But the big difference that we're having is that people that post into their news feed, they have no name attached. That's a big difference. So everything that you see within the app is always from someone you know. The content generated is always a contact from your phone book, but you never know who exactly it is. So we're twisting the whole system around. Instead of following people, having friends, and you see their content, you see content and you know it's people that are friends, and then you might find out later who's behind it.
So how do the users connect with each other and talk with each other? If I post something, is it all like one continuous stream? Do they have to message each other? How do they see the conversation?
Okay, so tellM is set up basically like a regular newsfeed as you know it. The difference there is that we only have 20 posts that you see. It's only the 20 newest posts. So all the stuff gets deleted because it just doesn't matter anymore. That's like what we think. It's like in the moment, it's now. And how it works is that you have that newsfeed, everyone has that newsfeed, and then you just post into a newsfeed. You can post text and pictures, and everyone can see it, everyone from your contacts that you share phone numbers with. So it can't be, you have my phone number, but I don't have yours, then you won't see my content. We're not connected. Always has to be both parties have to have, because we don't want people to end up with like a stranger who might have their phone number from a night out in downtown.
Not good.
So it's really all about friends. It's about people that you know, and we try to keep that circle like that. So no, you don't have a profile. You log in. You don't have a profile. No one can look you up. Everyone sees the news feed, and that's it. And then you can participate.
Since it's anonymous, do you think that it can really cause a little bit of a problem in regards to cyberbullying and basically treating it like a burn book and Mean Girls?
Yeah, I don't know what a burn book is, but I can imagine. Sounds really bad. Of course, we thought about it a lot, like really a lot, because where the idea has a lot of advantages. Of course, this is like a big danger, and we try to undermine it immediately. So what we're doing is that, of course, we have like an implemented system where we can report people, and if we see that a person was being was bullying or was harassing, something like that twice, then we ban them completely from the platform, so they can never log in again. And since it's attached to your phone number, you have to verify your phone number. There's no way that you can like log in around it, maybe create a new profile, because that just doesn't work. And we warn those people after the first time, so it's like now you know what's up, don't do it again, and if you do it again, you're out.
So no tolerance policy.
No, not tolerant policy, because we saw other platforms that might go like a similar direction, that they do that way too tolerant. And but at the same time, what is different to other platforms is that we're not public. Everyone knows that he's connected with people from his contacts, and that's usually already a smaller circle. So those people you're connected with are already the people that you usually like and somehow trust as well.
So what my question was is, it is like a smaller group you're talking about. People have to have each other's numbers.
Mm-hmm.
If only one person or a few people that you know have the app,
Mm-hmm.
would you be able to figure out who's posting, and the whole anonymous thing kind of vanish away?
So you're saying that, let me get that right, that if I have the app and I'm like, hey bro, you should download tellM,
Yes.
and then you download the app and you're like, it's only Alessio on there, I know everything he's saying now. Okay, so that can't happen because several things. We don't show you who you connected with, so we only show you if you have connections, but we don't, you can't see like I have Alessio as a connection. The only thing we're saying is at the beginning you have 0 friends, then we that's how we separate it. 0 friends, a few friends, which would be from 1 to X, I don't give you the number. Then you have a bunch of friends, and then it's getting higher. And there's a certain level where we show numbers, where we say it's enough. That's like to have like a minimum anonymity. But before that, you might guess that it's me, but it could be everyone else. And at the same time, you're gonna be informed if new people join the app. So you start the app and you think, oh, this could be Alessio, maybe it could be me, but it could be everyone else. And once you get for the first time a notification that another friend joined, without the name of course, then you already know it could be this other friend as well, Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about what inspired you to create that.
Okay, so that's probably a little bit harder question, because there was no really inspiring thing at the beginning. It was more like I had the idea.
It didn't
somehow
go like a
coming
light
up.
bulb going off. Or
Yeah, it wasn't like the idea how it is right now that I had it back then, but it was a similar idea. It was more like more going into the direction of an anonymous group chat, and at the beginning, and yeah, I had it like at night somehow, and wasn't really on my, how do you say that, regular status of mind. So I wrote it down and I was like, let's see tomorrow if it's still a good idea. and so I reviewed it the next days, and I thought it's still a great idea, and that was like here at San Diego State. And then I was talking a little bit about with my friends, and then, but not too much. I started researching, but it was my last few weeks here in San Diego, so there was a lot to do. And then I traveled around the States for like 2-3 weeks with a friend, and during that trip we talked about it a lot, like really a lot, got more into detail. And then on my flight back, I was from Miami to Frankfurt, I really felt like, no, I'm gonna use the time right now, and I took out my laptop and started to write down the whole idea, if it might be possible to realize it, and all that kind of stuff, and like the first maybe like business plan.
So you're talking about spreading the word.
Yes.
And I know that you've traveled a lot with the app. You were recently in Colombia,
Yes.
correct? So what were you doing down there? And kind of tell us about that.
Okay, so in Colombia, I went to Colombia in early January. That was to test the whole idea, the whole concept. So we had like a product which wasn't really looking nice and wasn't really feeling nice, but it was still the idea behind it, And we went with it to Colombia because I lived there for a year, and that wasn't great. And the people there really like here regarding social media, so they really active, like people use a lot of Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, like a lot, like it's crazy. And yeah, we tested it there and we got really good feedback. People love the idea. And what made me really happy is that what you asked before with the cyberbullying, that people actually didn't do that. Like our system where we can see if people flag each other's posts, we didn't really have to do something. People didn't flag, people didn't bully and harass other people, which was a proof for us that the concept of having a smaller circle, only people from the context, is working regarding that as well. And people really trusted the app too. So people would talk about their feelings, especially girls more at the beginning, but they really opened up themselves and talked about feelings, where I thought like, oh wow, like that's crazy that you shared it on a platform in such an early stage. I felt really honored. Yeah.
That's pretty cool. So how do you see it turning out here in the US? Because as you said,
Yeah.
US and Colombia, they're very much up to date with the social media
Yes.
thing. But why the United States and why specifically for college students?
Well, I mean, California is just right now what the place to be if you look at pop culture. Like everything is coming from California, especially LA. And college students, well, I studied here at San Diego State. The idea came up here, and I saw it first, college students, that's like, it wasn't my vision back then that, it's just a perfect product for college students, because I was and am like kind of a college student myself. And when I talked with my friends about, we were all on fire and wanted to have the app ourselves. That was actually how it started. And college students, when you look at it like more deeply, which I did later, when it became more professional, it turned out it's the best demographic you can have, because there's younger students, kids, going to high schools and younger, and they look up what college students do. What they do is becoming mainstream and are the trends, And at the same time, we're like in the perfect demographic that, you know, older people, young professionals, and older professionals look to us, down to us as well, and they say, you know, that's the next generation. What they do is what's going to be up in 2 years, you know, everywhere. And so, you know, college students, like, we have the power in our hands right now. The app works basically pretty easy. So you start in the news feed, as always, and you have the tellM button, our world famous tellM button right here, and you can drag the tellM button to the left or the right to start post text or post a picture. So how that works is you slide it to the right like that, and you're already in the picture mode, or you swipe it to the left, release it, and you're in the text post. And then you can post something, you know, it gives you a little inspiration. So what's the funniest text message you ever received, or tells you worst roommate story. Probably a lot of people have one. Tell us something you do only when nobody is watching, stuff like that. A lot of fun stuff, just, you know. And then you can say something, for example, tell us something you only do when nobody's watching. So, for example,
eat a carton of ice cream.
So that would maybe something you write. I'm like, maybe I'm watching other people. I don't know. I'm watching other people when they don't watch. I like being a creep. Maybe, you know, I wouldn't post that on Facebook. Okay, so you post something like that, then you can choose the color, how you want it to look like, you know, and that's gonna be the whole story that you're posting. So everyone that responds within that color, you know. That's because you're the one posting it. That's how it looks like. I'm watching other people when they don't watch. I like being a creep. Oops. You can see that I chose a girl right now for testing purposes. Please see that. That's why you see you know, like the man has a bow tie here, and the girl has, I don't know how you call that.
Hair bow?
A hair bow, exactly. Yeah, and how does it look like when someone is posting a picture? Here, someone posted a picture. You press your finger longer on it, and then you have to swipe through the picture to see what's actually in the picture. You know, so you have to discover it.
See, it's a lot better now that you're showing us. Now I understand the full idea of the picture thing.
Exactly, you know, like, it's a little bit difficult to explain, but it's actually really easy to use, you know, like, who's that cutie pie, and then you see someone over there, you know. And a lot of times it's surprising because, you know, and you turn it around and you don't know yet what's gonna be in there, you know. And sometimes, well, I don't have any of those posts yet, you know. It's like on the right side you see something, and then on the left side there's a surprise coming up, you know. And yeah, and you can, you know, add a text, and that's basically it. It's really easy to use. You can go into we call it a story, where someone said something, and then you can comment on it. So let me see if there's something with replies. Yeah, like here you can swipe down, and then you see the replies. You can reply with a picture or text. Yeah, that's it.
Pretty sweet.
So check it out. tellM. tellM.
So thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time.